Hi there. Hey there. I'm.
Potato box is probably in the chat.
Hey, Tom Voxel, how are you? Welcome, buddy.
Tom Voxel.
Tom Voxel himself. Tom Voxel's here.
Potato.
BBB.
VVVVV. Tom box is probably in the chat.
Hey, Tom Voxel, how are you? Welcome, buddy.
Tom Voxel.
Tom Voxel himself. Tom Voxel's here.
It's time for Daddy to make some funny.
Good morning. What's happening? Welcome in. Let's see, checking our levels here. I am ready to rumble. So what are we up to today? Well, I am currently in box edit. I want to make some puzzle assets for the stuff we've been working on. And I'm going to make something really simple. Yo, what's up? We got VVox in the house. How's it going? Tom Voxel. Good brunch to you, my friend. Fred, good morning. Welcome. Rubber duckies all around. Rosguru, afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Rosguru. Got Mosquita, buenos dias. Welcome. 9A7A, is it post half day already? Good dork all. You think I'll ever regret calling myself a dork? I've been told some of the other things it means. Sandbox Bar, what's happening? What is good? Go West. Go West is pretty good. What's up, Go West? Alright, well, tonight, we're going to make like a speedrun asset here. This is essentially going to be the objects that will be our pickable components.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. So I'm going to do 0101. I don't know what these will mean in terms of binary. Let's just look it up. So, what is what is the number 1 in binary? What's the number 0 in binary? Hey, Garnican, what's happening? Good Morgan. Good Morgan. Oh, Woke Zombie, it's 8. Okay, I wasn't sure. So, binary numbers. Apparently this is a thing where it translates. And I was only like half joking. You know me, everybody. Just half of everything. Half-assed. Half here. Halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Anyway, I think we're going to use these. The 2-bit and the 4-bit. So if we have these numbers, there is no T. Tom is here. Yeah, T is for Tom Garnican. Half genius times 2? Well, I'm not a genius if I don't know math. I don't know what times 2 is. Half times 2. Alright, I'm down. I'm over. I don't have anything witty. But yeah, the 4-bit binary numbers, I think I want 1 through 4 here. So we'll do like RGB and then maybe 4 zeros as like a white. Sure, I like that. So red for 1, blue for 2, green for 3, and then white for 0. And so what we're going to make, and we'll start with 0, is just a very simple, and we'll even start with just 1 voxel here. We'll do probably 10 voxels and 10 voxels. So here's my canvas. We'll start with the white, and I just want to paint some numbers here.
Ready to work.
OG! Bring in the raid! What's up, OG? I was peeping your stream as I was starting my morning routine. OG Nobody, welcome in. Yoke's on you, what's happening? How you doing? And Tori does Bon Jovi's. Yeah, once per year. G to the woohoo. Welcome, Escape from Artist. Welcome, Wicked. Cold Cuts and Cheese. Don't cut the cheese while you're here, Cold Cuts. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're doing well. OG, how was your stream? OG shakes beer. And I saw you had this POW sign with the...
What did you say?
Hey, I'm over here behind the meme. Ooh, behind the meme. That could be Crafter's next podcast show. Instead of behind the avatar, behind the meme. I think we will go emissive with these. We'll go ahead and crop it. And we'll set to setter, set to floor. Save. Go ahead and attach that. And I think I want these to like float, even if just a little bit. So I'll go ahead and make a new animation. We'll do float. With the float, we'll just make it bob up and down. Just super slow. Try not to spend too much time on this, because I know Kay might want to touch it and make it, you know, more his style and less mine. I haven't really found a style in terms of Vox Edit yet. So we'll do something like this. And we'll just make it symmetrical. We'll go to 4 and 2. And then we can also play with the keyframes a little bit. Right click, and we'll just give it a Bezier. I kind of like it. Yo, 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 yo. Jayona's here. Good evening, Jayona. OG says, super fun. We were testing out multiplayer races for the Nowhere Fast Races. 3,000 sand pool. That's awesome. So, yeah, good luck to everybody participating. Is that going to be during your stream, Shakespeare? Yeah, big shout-outs to our friend OG Shakespeare here. If you guys are, you know, up and around, up and about, head over to his streams. Always a good time. Ian, the IT guy. Hope you're doing well. Real Chad's only game maker. Woke zombie. I mean, sure, if you just want to use the default sandbox assets, like Adventurer Jet. I mean, I have spent a good amount of time in Vox Edit. I'm not naive with it. Alright, so now we're going to do the number 1 with the 4-bit digit, which is just 0001. Enter into it. I can do it. So we're doing RGB, so red, green, blue. I'll go ahead and remove this one, and we'll just draw a 1 here. I like that one more, I guess. Alright, cool. We'll keep it. Save. I like it. I do kind of want a spin, but I think that's, extra. And I try not to be too extra. I'm pretty basic, Let's just see what a spin looks like, though. So we'll go ahead and spin it 180 degrees. Yeah, I think I'm going to skip the spin this time around. We might give it like a subtle. So if I wanted subtle, I'd probably go right here. And we'll do like 25 that way. Maybe like 25 the other way. Sure. We'll like it. Alright, now we're going to the next letter. It's going to be 0010. This will be blue. Or no, red, green, blue. RGB. Oh, VVox, thank you very much. I didn't even notice. All I noticed was V is standing over a dead body. But it said V removed the message, so... But it was a bot. It was a robot. Nothing to be alarmed about. No real, actual dead bodies. VVox probably would not trust me with that information. So ones are kind of odd with the shape I went with. I mean, that's what I committed to, so we'll just use it for now. And we'll duplicate it one more time. You wouldn't rule it out. Oh, okay, V. Well, I'm not going to snitch. Because snitches get stitches, or worse. That's just what I've heard. Okay, so this is going to be... Oh. RGB, this is the blue one. The other one was supposed to be green. Easy fix. Easy life. So this is 1-1. And save. So again, I'm just trying to make like a very simple puzzle piece. We might spend more time in Vox Edit, but I also prefer Game Maker in terms of like what I'm streaming. Paul, what's up, dude? Maybe at the bottom dash. Yes. Let's take a look, and then this here I think will help a lot because we tried it when we first made it, and I was like, I don't know, but I think in hindsight, and especially now that I've made it a few times, it does look like it fills the space better, just with that line. That doesn't look like a 1. And I wanted to keep this thing small, So if I go any bigger, we're obviously going to have more space to work with, such as this. So maybe we do go like 1 more block higher and wider. But I also like how small this is. It's also supposed to be binary, so that was another reason why I had like a thinner one. But this does fill out the space a little bit better. I think we'll fill out the space for now. This one is supposed to be green as well. Save. But whatever you guys are working on today, good luck. Good morning, Sir Paul. Oh wait, Dalu? Or is that thank you? Dang it. Thank you, Paul. Dalu. I gotta add more words to my dictionary here. Control Shift F. Dalu. Morning. Oh, how do you pronounce that? Igbo? I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Good morning.
Not that one. I know how to pronounce that. A tutu oma. Alright, we're finishing these Vox edits up. Yeah, and then we'll just go through the process of exporting them. So I'll make sure I'm logged in on Sandbox. Keratros! Welcome in. How's it going? Utuoma! Did I say it right, Paul? Google didn't have the pronunciation. Utuoma. Hey, let's go. That's a fun word to say. Ututuoma. Right now I'm actually I've been doing a lot of brainstorming on making cultures inside of a fantasy world. So I have like 4 species, races that will be in my fantasy world. And then I have humans, which yeah, I guess I won't reveal too much, but it's been a lot of my creative writing is like exploring different races, different classes. So I'm trying to make like cool characters and, you know, make them custom. Like I'm not trying to do like the same thing everybody else does. All right, I need to log out of a couple accounts. So we're signing in on the Sandbox website, making sure you guys can't see nothing you shouldn't. And then in Vox Edit, I also need to log out and in. So I'm going to go ahead and hide that screen. Bada bing, bada booyah. Alright, we should be good to upload to the store now, the workspace. Which I keep forgetting, we have the new workspace now. I think we should try using that, shouldn't we? So we have the My Workspace, and this account is shared between me, Fred, and Kay. So I guess we don't need the shared workspace. Also, it's not available yet. So, but when that comes around, this is going to be very helpful. Garnica, there is a meetup in Copenhagen. I will give you a crash course in Danish. Garnica, I look forward to it, if it happens. And, yeah, in terms of learning languages, I have very bad short-term memory. I think if I spend, like, every day doing it for a couple minutes, I would be able to, you know, retain it. But, yeah, I've never been good at learning languages. I did learn French, though, a little bit. These are looking great. Good job, Kay. Kay's been hammering out some blocks. Cool, so let's go ahead and publish these assets, and we can move on. So, we'll do a file, export, upload to workspace. And we'll pick a thumbnail that looks good. This doesn't affect it in-game. What does affect it is what direction it's facing. So this means it's facing forward when you see the blue arrow and this white facing arrow. You'll generally want to keep your asset in the middle of all 3 of these points. So we have the y-axis, which is up-down. We have x-axis, which is left-right. And then we have the z-axis, which is forward back. So we don't have to select anything. It's basically using this hierarchy here on the left. I've already made my animation. The animation I made was float, and we made sure to close the keyframes. So right now my head is in the way, so I'll move it. So closing keyframes basically means every node, so these are called nodes, has a keyframe on the very last frame. So, for example, if I didn't have one here, that's a bad practice because now it's going to reset improperly. But if we close the keyframe using a duplicate of the first, it's going to loop relatively perfectly. Relatively perfectly. So, now that we're happy with our asset, and we have two different animations, which we should also close the idle animation. And by closing, the easiest way to do so is to hit this button. So this makes a keyframe wherever your timeline cursor is. So we can just close it by essentially looping it indefinitely. Now, the only times you really should do that is when you have an animated asset. So for example, this asset, I added the float. So that causes it to become an animated asset. When you're just working in the animator, just building static assets, you don't have to close your keyframes because it's not animated. But for this one, we have two different animations now. So just making one means all of them become animations. So our default is the idle. We can associate the float as the default. In fact, I would probably prefer it. So I've right-clicked it, did set as default. So now whenever I drop this asset into my game, that's the animation it will start on. So we'll go ahead and save it, file, export, upload to workspace. We'll pick a thumbnail we like, choose default animation. I always recommend doing the right click first, but you'll also want to make sure this is the same. It's generally just going to pull that information. Then we'll export. This is going to be a new asset. This will be MN0000. Binary white 0. Continue. We'll do sci-fi retro. Sure. No catalyst necessary. I like how they're updating this. This is somewhat confusing because there's a lot going on. But this is all kind of like work in progress stuff. Default behavior, we don't really need. I would probably attach a plant behavior though. Because with plant behavior, we can remove it without it being removed by the player. So I can remove it via messages. Yeah, in terms of like balancing this web page, I think they still need to shift everything up. This is my personal opinion, but this could be like at the top of the page, like in between both. And then that would allow them to have the gems starting here at this kind of eye line. But that's just my feedback on like user interface. Not really necessary. The buttons still work. Cool. We've got our MN quadruple 0. Let's go ahead and repeat that process for the other ones. We'll see how long it takes for it to show up in the game maker. So now we got the 0001. When you're making floors and buildings, it's better to use blocks than square objects, blocks of flats. Yeah, Ian, I think that's a good suggestion. When you're making floors in the buildings, it's better to use blocks than square objects. I would say most often, unless you're placing the starting of the building in between blocks, blocks in terms of sandbox building blocks will probably be more efficient, more optimized. Most definitely. But if the building is destroyed for any reason, if the building is moved for any reason, if you're locking the building behind a door, for example, usually using a custom asset, you'll have more control. So I would say, especially for people starting in Sandbox, you're going to want to use the building blocks for that type of stuff. Okay, back to the tutorial. We've got new asset. Okay, there it is. I was worried it wasn't showing up. All right, so this is MN0001. This is... I already forgot what I had labeled the other one. It was like red 1. That'd be binary, I guess. Continue. Jayona! Buying a coin! Thank you, Jayona. Let me go ahead and mark that in my notes. Create coins. Jayona, I owe you 7. 7 coins. This many. I can count.
And I love you, random citizen.
Red Cod Dad. What's happening? Good morning. And Lula Love 9. Welcome in.
Lula Love 9 says no
way!
In the chat. Yes way.
What's up, friendos? We're currently uploading some assets to our Meta Noir workspace. These will be used in a puzzle that I've been building. I do want to make a door. Now, Panda Pops has been suggesting that the door template is broken. I'm still going to use the door template, but I now understand, thanks to one of her YouTube videos, how the door is broken. So I'll use that information to my advantage. But yeah, I'm going to finish these first. Excellent. Indubitably.
I love lamp.
Okay, we're going to do new asset, MN0010. Okay. So this is binary green 2. It didn't let me pick tags? Okay, maybe it was just loading. It's weird. None of those. What are these? What are those? And finally, the blue. So these are, I'm going to assign the pickable component for the puzzle we made earlier this week. And so that it'll be better than looking at like the egg, the trash bin, and the ball, for example. This will be more akin to our puzzle. This is binary blue 3. Sci-fi and retro. Continue. Create. Unlearning your solo learning. Well, Ratcon Dead, sometimes learning by experience is usually the best, honestly. So you gotta throw yourself at it. Just get into it. The first-hand experience, not second-hand, not third-hand. What's third-hand experience? Okay, so I'm gonna make a door now, just for fun. Is it fun, though? Yes. Correct answer is yes. So I'm going to take the single door template. I'm going to save that into my templates folder. So just to give you an idea of how I'm structuring things in my box edit stuff, I do it by the date. So if we're thinking about a collection, by sorting by year first, you're going to have, let's say, 2022, 2023, 2024. So you're going to have that chronological structure. And then I also sort by month. So not only is it yearly sorted, It's also sorted by month, and then it's also easy to read what month that is because I added at the end. So chronologically, it will be sorted where it's 2302 February, 2303 March, etc. So right now we're in April, and I want to save the template first. So that's what we clicked. So I have a folder for my templates, and I add symbols in front because if I were to open this in Windows Explorer, it would be sorted alphabetically. Kind of curious as to why it's not sorting this properly. But I know in Windows Explorer it's fine. So template, we're going to go single_door. Save that template. So this is a pre-made asset provided by the sandbox. I'm going to open up a file that I started today. First thing I'll do is I'm going to make a root node. So PandaPops has been calling these controller nodes. Halfd0rk don't do it that way. Halfd0rk is going to now start calling them root nodes. Root. Well, rot? No, root. So before, this node was called a world. Well, it is now called a world. Before, it was called the root node. So now they call it the world node because this is associated with, you know, how you place your asset in the game. Instead, I've renamed controller nodes to root nodes. So if you ever hear PandaPops or other Vox editors, you know, call it a control node, just know that that's akin to root nodes now. It's the same thing. So now I'm going to make a main. This is going to be like probably where everything's attached to. In fact, this could be my control node now. Like I could call this the controller. But the root is essentially like a fallback, you know, like a backup, really. I would not recommend adding animations to your very first node. That's probably one of the Vox Edit best practices. Alright, cool. So, name for model, we're making the door. So what we'll do is we'll import hierarchy, single door. This is out of my templates folder. And that's going to attach everything to the controller node. You can see there's a bit of an offset with the door itself. And that's intentional. So doors rotate on a pivot using a behavior in the game maker. So the fact that it looks off-centered is difficult to understand when you're looking at it in Vox Edit. But I can assure you that this is intentional by having it offset because the door has two options. One option is to just animate it using animations in Vox Edit. The other option is in Game Maker. You can toggle it to be rotating instead. So rotating will cause it to flip, and that would allow it to then open. You make an asset to be exclusive behind the scenes. What theme do you normally use? Ooh. I use retro a lot, Garnican. I like retro. And the theme was like sandbox, heroes, scientists, oracles. Generally, I don't mark that. In fact, I hope we have the option to add custom themes, which I think is planned, but not anytime soon. Secret Meow, good morning. Welcome. Red Conduct says, I learned just messing around, but my processes are slow and not correct. Weird workarounds for things have been made easy by you. Well, I'm happy to hear that, Red Conduct. And everyone here wants to help each other. So if you ever need, you know, like a answer to a question, you know, you get stuck on something, the community is too helpful, you know, suspiciously helpful. Vivek says, I hope you don't get problem in the future when you decide to change it back. I will have the coolest assets because mine will be glitchy and broken. So it's a win-win. Hey Raider, what's up? I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Just working on Vox Edit stuff. So what I wanted to do was something unique with this asset. The main reason I imported the template was so I could have all these animations. So close, closing, idle, idle 01, open 01. So these are all pretty much like made for me. However, I'm going to be deleting most of these things. I probably only want to keep the frame node at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the other ones. Because I have an idea, and I explained it to Kay. I think he knows what I was explaining. But Kay has other things he wanted to work on first. So I wanted to make this just because it was like in my mind. I'm going to remove everything except for 2 voxels. Yeah, that's what those are. We'll go ahead and paint these like a nice shade. We'll do, I think yellow will look great. And so the way I was picturing this door is it is, you know, normal human body length and sandbox. And then it's like, we'll say 10 to 20 of these vertical bars that have a face painted on them. So let's try and make it. So this is going to be door 1. We'll duplicate it. We'll have door 2. We'll go ahead and rename these nodes. We'll do D1 to be D2. I'll just move it to the side. And I wanted them to be like pretty much next to each other, but like a 0.1 pixel away. So you could like kind of see through it. It's supposed to emulate like a hologram, is how I pictured it. And so we're going to continue that process. And the main reason why I am making multiple assets is so I can paint a face that is then kind of split into tenths. So the face of it will have a lock sign, and then the opposite side is going to have an unlock sign. So it's like a holographic door. That's the idea. Is that the template is broken? Yeah, I know it's Panda Pops did say it was broken. The main reason it's broken is because of this animation here. So close is not allowing idle to be the default. I believe this has something to do with the animation list. So whatever is at the top is being read as the default animation. I've noticed that with several assets. However, I imagine it's going to be fixed in the future. But the future is very far away. Also, where is my animation? The one I was working on. There it is. Okay, so all things considered, I should make the door, then like paint it and make more assets. So we'll do that. So we'll do D3. And yeah, this is good. We're essentially creating like these small gaps in between. It's supposed to look like a hologram or holographic. It's But yeah, Vivox and Tom dropping knowledge nuggets. So thank you. Sure. How many workarounds are there? Secret Mail, I've noticed you've been picking them up. All the secrets.
Alright then, keep your secrets.
Alright then. So I think we'll do 10 and see how wide that might be. In fact, off of the controller node, I'm going to make another child node. This is going to be template. And I'll re-import that template. Now, it didn't add any animations because all the animations are the same. But I just want to get that same width. We'll go ahead and make sure these are all at least similar in terms of width apart. Now, I never said this asset was going to be easy to make, but rather, like, I wanted to make it because, I don't know, the idea sounded cool. And we could probably spread these out a little bit more. Now, let's see if there's an easier way to duplicate these. Let's try right-clicking. Well, first of all, I grabbed the bottom, selected the bottom node, shift-click, selected the first node, duplicate. Now, the only problem is it's renaming them with ones next to them. So I would prefer if they were, you know, renamed sequentially. I don't know if that's a setting I could ever associate with, though. So in terms of organization, that didn't really help me at all. So like this would be D9. And because I'm literally going to be painting a face on these, I probably won't do that again. This will be rename D10. $14. Huh? What? 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 Okay, now we're good. This will be renamed D15 and D16. I think it's based off which ones you selected first. Ooh, okay, I'll try it. So we'll do D14, 15, 16, and then holding down left control. Is it left control and shift? Is it control D? Is it control and alt? I mean, I could right click, duplicate, control D. Yeah, that was it. So control D while holding the X arrow. I can move them all at the same time. Control D drag, yes. Thank you, VOX. Oops. Every time I see that little pencil icon, my mind is like, oh, that's the rename button. No, it's not. It's the edit button. So Control R to rename. I'm trying to force myself to use keybinds whenever I can. It's a good way to learn. D19. And yes, I think V was correct in that the first one you select will be the next one in the list. So we'll do Control D duplicate. V's always correct. It's like unnatural how often she's correct. So you guys definitely do not want to ignore her. It's like uncanny. So we'll do D22. Lol, not true. Alright, well, V is always correct, so if she says it's not true, then that means it's not... It's true that it's not true. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for the confirmation, B. Goa says, do you mean it doesn't make you want to pop it? I mean, popping it? Pop this? Alright, so we've made our door frame now. So we have door 2 associated with a lot of this. So we're going to do door empty. And we'll see that's going to automatically update all these. The door empty basically won't have any designs on it. That's why I labeled it door empty. So what I'm going to do is now start painting portions of the lock on, we'll probably do a large enough lock. So for example, this one here, I'm going to place, oh wait, that's the wrong model. So with door 1, we're going to attempt to paint. And we'll start with the green. No, I think black will look better. So I'm going to paint it. This is a 2x2, so that means I can paint the back and I can paint the front. We're painting the front right now, but we do want to also paint the back. And in fact, it's relatively the same shape. I'm making a lock sign, which is just a padlock with the hoop at the top. And then I'm going to make an unlock sign, which is the padlock with the hoop at the top. But the hoop, it has like rotated outward, so it looks like it's unlocked. So it's essentially the same design. And we'll use the box tool for this. So I'll grab something like this. And then again, because we are making the same shape, we'll go ahead and make it symmetrical. So we'll save this. So this will be door 1. And I'll do unlock, or yeah, unlock 01. We'll duplicate it. I'm going to go ahead and replace all of these. We're going to get an idea for the shape. Can I replace multiple at the same time? Doesn't look like it. Wait. I don't think so. Oh, you can! I'm just a dingus, that's all. I'm just a little dingus, you know? So this will be unlock 02. We'll duplicate this. The duplicate is going to be unlock 01. Because I wanted to give like a little curve. So placing that on top, we're going to attempt to make a curve. It's just going to be very simple. I'm going to hold down tab, and that will allow me to pull the yellow color. Then going back to the pen tool.
I love lamp.
I love lamp. Something like this. Yeah, that just gives it kind of like a roundness, which I like. Nice. So we'll save that. And I'll go ahead and duplicate it again. Let's unlock 3. Man, did I set the pivot point correctly? That would have been awkward, huh? It does appear that my pivot point is a little bit wrong. Well, if I'm changing the pivot point for all the assets I've made, it should automatically fix itself. Okay. And then with the door empty, save it. The pimple-looking button. The pimple-looking button. Yeah, that's the one. I don't... Go West, if your pimples look like that, you should probably go see a dermatologist. Sparky, good morning.
Really on a scale
Sensei
of
Sparky.
10, you
Oi.
are an 11.
Thank you, Sensei Sparky. Hi. Sparky Sensei. Sensei Snickles. 9 o'clock already. Man, I don't feel like I made that much progress. Cool. So we've got 3 to the left, 4 to the right. So I'm going to swap this one out with number 3. And then I'm going to flip it, because this is a new asset. So we're going to flip it on the x-axis. That looks correct. Why does that look wrong, though? It seems to be facing the wrong direction. How did this happen? So my door, like the actual door, is facing the wrong direction. So this is interesting. I think I need to just delete the keyframes off of all these because it's starting on the wrong animation. It's just starting flipped. So I'm going to just pull all of these and put them on my controller node. This is why we make controller nodes. Yeah, this doesn't appear to be doing what I want it to. Looks like moving multiple nodes, you can't move multiple nodes. So if you see here, I have 2 selected, and dragging them onto a new node, it only moves the top one. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, I can now definitely confirm the door template is not too great. Not too great. So we're going to delete that old door template. This one's just for reference. But with our control node, because I've made a root node, I have a backup. So we can see here that in general, my assets are lining up, but they were backwards. That's annoying. Well, not too difficult to move. I should be able to select all of them, move them into place. And much like the door template, we do want it to be offset somewhat. So we'll go ahead and use that offset. That way it can rotate out of place if we need to. But I also don't intend to rotate it. I intend for it to animate and more or less be removed. I would love to add translucency to this asset, but we can't do that right now. I think for now, I'm going to use basic Vox edit principles here and make sure everything is relatively centered instead of going with this door template, which I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Now that we have the shape. Basically, I was using it to get an idea of the shape of a door. So now we have our door shape. Each one of our assets, we want to make sure lines up. This one is going to rotate, so we have that lock shape. And we should be able to see it on both sides. Now, all of my animations probably don't work. Ooh, that looks cool. I didn't think it would work. Well, obviously the other ones don't. But now you're starting to get the idea. And now we're going to build out the lock portion. I think I'll start by adjusting the middle to make it look like there's a lock hole, like a key. And that's probably going to look a lot like a circle. So this is going to be duplicated. We'll do unlock 04. Sure. Save it. I'm going to go ahead and do the remove unused button. Clear up our space a little bit. We'll do Control D here and unlock 05. I'll place that right here. And this one, taking that same color, painting the opposite side. And save. Save our progress. All right, now we're into unlock 06. Is that here? What do keyholes look like? Sure. Yeah, from a distance, looks like a keyhole, sure. Yeah, same with the game maker hierarchy. Eventually make the secret meow. Eventually. But I've learned so much just from problem solving in general with the game maker. Like, I know it's frustrating, but the amount of problem solving exercise you get with game maker and box edit of just like, oh, this doesn't work when it should. Let me see if I can find a solution. And it really makes you more creative when you have to find solutions like that. And in the long term, I think it's very beneficial for us, you know? But that's just me being optimistic about things. Generally, things should work. They should work. This is going to be duplicated. We'll do unlock 08 top. In fact, I should rename these a little bit. This will be unlock 04 keyhole. Now, if I was a smart man, I would have maybe made this portion of the asset a separate asset. And then I could have like overlaid it on top, which might look cool. And then I could like literally remove it. Also, when this door opens, I can literally push all of these bars to the left and the right. So what I'm doing is fine, actually. I'm fine with this. This works fine. This is fine. This is fine. You are. Aw, thanks, Garnican. Cold Cut says it's a different kind of education. Yeah, exactly, Cold Cuts. Big brain. We're going big brain mode here. Alright, so let's make that bar. I think I'll start on this one. So we'll duplicate. This is going to be unlock 08 top. So it looks like I already made that. So I'll find it. It's right here. I'm not sure why this isn't alphabetical. Let's put it there. And we will attempt to make something akin to like a bar. Like a hoop is what I'm looking for. So we'll save that. Yeah, I don't know why it's not organizing it properly. Kind of odd. This will be unlock 09 top. Which we will grab the yellow, probably remove most of that. Something like this. Yeah. Is there a key binding for the edit? So entering into this edit mode. Like usually you just double click an asset, but is there key binding? So like if I double click this, it sends me into edit mode. Which is, I suppose, a key binding, is double clicking. I probably want to paint on the front and the back. But not yet. Because I would like to see how the unlock works first. Then we could play it by ear. I'll probably end up removing the black off of this section, off that side. So Control D to duplicate. Place that here. And then we'll just do like a straight bar across. Who bought a coin? Sparky bought a coin. Sparky Sensei. Thank you. Let me write that down. Sparky, I owe you 4 coins. Thank you, Sparky. Which, speaking of, we should probably get a giveaway running, huh? Give it away now. So the code word is one you all know and love. Code word's up on screen. Above my head. You have a limited amount of time to enter in that code word while I'm working. And it's for a creator coin, which is roughly 1 sand. After taxes. Save. No, I will not. I'm just kidding. What's up, Vagsmagada? Good morning. Blue Tulip, good morning to you. Welcome in, guys. Is Dorkbot still here? Wake up, Dorkbot. Alright, I'll try this. Yeah, we'll keep that. Duplicate. Unlock. Paint this, paint that, save. So now with this 12 that I've made, I can easily swap out these. And it's starting to come together. Oh, what happened to my center piece? Huh? Did I paint over it? The keyhole is the one I was supposed to duplicate. Okay. Too bad I can't merge those together, huh? There's no way to do that. Alright, well I could just remake it. That's fine. Damn. Okay, let's go ahead and put it back though. Okay. I refuse to type that one, says Woke Zombie. Hey J-Dog, what's up here? Oh, Blue Tulip. I'm sorry, I didn't see you sneak in. Glad you're here. Hope you have a nice day today. Blue Tulip buying a coin. Thanks, Blue Tulip. And, oh, Blue Tulip buying a couple. All right. Thanks, Blue Tulip. Yeah, feel free. If anybody else wants to spend them. So, Blue Tulip, now I owe you 5 points.
No way, bro.
With those 3.
No way, bro.
No way.
Say bananas.
Banana.
BANANAS.
Banana. Okay. Pretty happy with this. That's too high.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Because we want to use the center here, I think. So I'll go ahead and just keep that flat. Maxi, good afternoon to you. Welcome in. Just doing some box edits. So it does appear that we're committed to like a 3. In terms of like a stroke width. I think we make the shape and then we worry about it. Let's make the shape first. Okay, so this uses the unlock 02. So I want to duplicate this, and we're going to work from our 11 right here. So we did 10, so this means 11 can go right here, 12 can go right here, and we want it to start curving down. So if we flip it on the X, that should do it for us. Sure. Now, ideally, I want to make sure this is symmetrical. It already looks as though it's not. That would be this one here. So I need to shift these up a little bit. So far, so good. That's doing it. There you go. Halfd0rk, did Panda get you the other woohoo clip? Oh, yeah. I think I saved it. Let me double check if I have it, Go West. Because I think I might have saved it when it happened. I remember being there. I need to clean up my downloads folder. Is anybody else like that? Or your downloads folder is just like overwhelmingly junk? This might be it.
Right? Am I right?
Ooh.
Woo the frig who. Right?
Woo the frig who.
Right?
Woo the frig who. Clean it when your PC screams for more space. Yep, same. Escape from artist. What can I do for you? Did I miss something? Rumor 8.2 is out. Oh, I see Escape from artist. Okay, that's what you're talking about. I can take a peek real quick. Overall, from what I understand, it's a lot of social hub fixes. It doesn't appear as though they've updated the changelog, but I'll go ahead and download it. There's like no real way to check unless I literally install it, which I don't mind doing. But yeah, in terms of a changelog, nothing has changed. But good heads up, though. Thank you, Escape Room. Blue Tulip all the time, chaos, clean and junk. Yeah, things stack up, you know? We just get more and more junk. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this one, and we're renaming it 13. Unlock 13 top. And we'll go ahead and flip it on the x-axis. Save. And then finally, we got 16. Or this is number 14. Looks like I may have underestimated the space in between these. But that's okay, this actually isn't too bad. I can fix it relatively easily. This goes here. And save. Alright, so that's like the main design right there. It's a little bit beefy. Beefy isn't bad. Beefy kinda bad. I mean, it's definitely a lock. Like, you can tell that's a lock. Downloading it does show the version. I did just download it. In my folder, it's called TSP GameMaker Win. Caratros. Hey, Caratros, it sounds like you have the bar set low. So now, you know, hopefully they surprise us. And we're able to, you know, have a pleasant surprise. Or a purse. Yeah, Paul, this is the purse door. It does at the bottom of the load screen. Yes, so I do have to reinstall it. I'll go ahead and uninstall it in the background while I'm working on this. So that means I can Alt F4 out of GameMaker. It's booting up the install right now. So I'll just have that running in the background, and then I'll be able to, you know, double check before the end of the stream. Next. Do PC. I do have backup GameMaker installs, and it's trying to overwrite the wrong one. So we want Maker. There we go. Next. Install. All right. What's the worst that could happen, huh? It's all on the cloud. I should be fine, right? Right? The cloud. It's Web 3, right? Alright, I like my door. Door looks good. I do want it to be a little bit more rounded here. So I'm going to add that. We'll do duplicate, unlock 15 top. And we'll just paint over that. This is fine. This is fine. Yeah. Something like that. Save. Do like that. Well, now it's like too curved. So I'll put that back. I think that looks pretty natural, sure. Now for this one, I will duplicate, we'll do unlock 16. Flip it. Yeah, I think I'm going to probably make this entire side yellow, which does mean I'm going to have to change a few things. Or, better yet, what if I made it a different color, like white. So that's like saying, hey, you're good to go. Or like an arrow. I could make an arrow. I think for now, I'm going to just make it blank. I think that just makes more sense. And I can use it for other things. Other ideas would be like red. I could make it red. And again, I just want the back side. So I would do the face tool. So like one side is yellow-red. One side's yellow, one side's red. More specifically, I'd probably use like the corrupted orange we have in the game. Something like that. FF6500. So let's go and save that. I should be able to just save this as a color palette, although it's not exactly difficult what I'm doing. This might just take like a couple extra clicks. I dig it. Although my lock is still a little bit beefy, so I might want to just remove some of this internal section a little bit. I'm not sure though. I think I'm going to keep it for now, and then I'll revisit it in the future. Because right now I just want to like get it into the game, you know? And then before the stream ends, I want to show what I was planning to do with the open close. So basically, it would either rotate or it would open, like outward. So I think it was a cool idea in my head, but executing it, not so much. Yeah, having this be completely black also wouldn't be a bad thing. Like the backside just completely black. Let's see how that looks. I think orange makes it feel more like a barrier, though. What do you guys think? Orange or black? Oh, Vox said it has a new version. Oh, and Maxi, you did download it. Okay. I'm booting it up now. Usually it has a problem booting up the first time, where it's like changes your aspect ratio. So we'll see. It did indeed change my aspect ratio. It's so weird how it does that. That should be like one of the first things to fix. It is 0.8.1, by the way, for those curious. 0.8.2 is not out yet for the public. 0.8.2 is for the public yet. But it was soon TM. It came out, or was planned to come out, on April 3rd. But here we are. I'm just kidding. They can take as long as they need, as long as it works, you know? They should take as long as they need, is what I should say. It'd be worse if they, you know, put out some buggy software that nobody could do anything with. And I'm confident in the team. It's a little known fact that the Game Maker devs, they had a couple hiccups, you know, in last year specifically. And so right now they've hired very talented people in Argentina to help recode the Game Maker. That's why we had such a long delay between like 06 and 07 specifically. It's because they had to like recode it. But I think they're back on track, and things are coming out much more consistently. Like, we've had 0.8 for like less than 3 months, guys. That's pretty cool to know that we're on like 0.8.2. And things are coming out much faster than they did in the past. So, I have no complaints. I think we all just are excited for it. So we want it to happen, you know? We want it to come out. Exactly. Caratros, you get it. Okay, so let's go ahead and try opening these doors. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and copy all these keyframes, because I know I'm probably going to need to put them elsewhere, like in other animations. So holding down left control, drag selecting, right-clicking the top, Control-C to copy, or clicking from that menu there. And right now, they're rotating. Not exactly what I wanted for this animation. But the fact that it's already kind of like there is kind of cool. For the opening animation, I'm going to be changing it entirely anyway. So we'll paste this, and I'm going to push every one of these to -28, sure. We just want to make it easy. So now what the door will do, it will open outward. And ideally this isn't going to be seen, but I'll probably take one of the yellow bars and put it kind of like in the front. That way it's covering up this lock design. There's not some weird Z fighting happening. Which there will be weird Z fighting, it's just the player won't be able to see it. Okay, now do I go outward from the middle, or do I just push them all to the right? I think the way I built it, it's going to look better if I go outward. Alright, let's go ahead and play this back. I like it. It's a little bit faster than I would like, though. We gotta make the player wait, you know? Wait. 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 2 seconds. Looking good. Thanks, guys. What's this one? I don't know what this does. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much all I needed. Now I can copy all of the keyframes. We already Control-C copied the first ones. So open. Opening. Alright, so we want to paste these. Paste these. So if it's open, this should just be a loop, right? So here's idle. Idle would also be a loop. Well, open is the opposite one, the one we just made. So I'd want close to be the loop. Interesting. So that automatically opens, or automatically selects the keyframes for me when I Control-C. So that makes it easier to move them all. Then we have closing, which I will need to Control-C copy. Here's idle. Okay, so now I'll take it, these keyframes here, the ones we just kind of threw together. We'll right-click copy. We'll go to close. So if it's closed, that's correct. If it's closing, it needs to start right here and then open up. So we'll need the keyframes from the original. Now idle, it's just going to be a loop. Idle 01, I kind of want to add a flicker effect. So I think we'll revisit this one. And the way I kind of pictured this in my mind, which we do still have time for this, is like they're going to be shifting very slightly. So it's not just a static, like, window blind door. Instead, they're going to be like gradually moving up and down. It'll have like a wavy, glitchy like effect. That's the hope. Hey, we got Halfd0rk in the chat. Hi, Halfd0rk. You can still say Vox at it if you like. Welcome in. No, I'm not ignoring you, Halfd0rk. I was just focused on stuff. Stuff and things. Okay, so the idle, I'm just using that for reference. Open. So if it's open, we need it to be on the correct keyframe here. Like this. Then opening, we already set up, so that looks good. Opens, good. I would like to move the keyframe data. I believe having this many keyframes, and of course this is just, I guess, a hypothesis, but having all of these empty keyframes will make the file size a slightly bigger than me just having the loop on the first and second frame. Now, I can't confirm that without the shadow of a doubt. Okay, so now I'm going to attempt to have this kind of like flicker up and down a little bit. And we're just going to kind of like make it really random. But also with intention. So like one goes up, one goes down. 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 Now go one frame. And we'll do the opposite. And I kind of like the randomness of it. So it's not necessary to go up, down, up, down. Okay, so now I'm just going to duplicate all these and just copy paste them a few times, see if that, helps improve our workflow. Okay, and I'm gonna play with the keyframing here. We'll do right click and we'll just add like a Bezier. I mean, from a distance it looks okay, but it's a little bit too extreme. So maybe not. Like a Scooby-Doo transition. Yeah, it's one way to look at it. Or yeah, like the Batman transition. Yeah, I was helping Go West, and Halfd0rk was trying to say hi. My apologies. Accepted. Thanks, Mosquito. So I think it was too extreme. So I definitely want to make sure it has that glitchy-like effect, but I don't need it to be going up like 1 to 6 voxels, you know? Like I could probably make this go like in between like a half voxel, and it would do the effect I'm looking for. Okay. Now we'll duplicate it a few times, see if that looks good. And just to help me, I'm probably going to make this closer. Yeah, instead of like literally looping it inside the keyframes, I can just actively loop it. But that makes it less random because it's just the same frames all over. It does look kind of cool. I still don't like how boxy my lock is. But again, I think I need to focus on just getting it out there and working with it. What happens if I delete this? Makes it faster. I think I would want it to bounce back and forth. So I'll just copy the first keyframe. Oh yeah, so if you haven't entered the giveaway yet, that's the word. I'll roll it twice at the end of the stream. Yeah, I like it. It's very subtle, you know? But also, like, if you stare at it, it's like, oh, something's wrong, you know? But it's not, like, too glaringly obvious. Some of these I might reduce the amount they go up, though. Okay, I like it. We're going to keep it there. Idle doesn't do anything. Idle 01 does. So we're going to rename this to maybe like idle... what? Shake. Now the 01s are specific to the programming of door behaviors. So for example, if I were to add a preset of this door, I would have made it in advance. I can associate specific animations with it in GameMaker. But if I was, let's say, using an asset spawner, and I just pick this asset, then I pick the behavior for the door, it's going to look actively for those closing animations, idle, and open animations. So you can add doors in hindsight using that method, But generally, with presets now, we can label these whatever we want, is what I'm trying to say. So I don't need it to be like open close. I can have like glitch 1, glitch 2, glitch open. Like I can rename them whatever I want if I'm using presets. But if I want to use the default door behavior through an asset spawner, it's looking for close, it's looking for open. We'll call this glitch. And you don't need 01s, 02s. Again, the 01, 02 stuff was used for like the behavioral AI of GameMaker. So by using 01, 02, sure, it's great naming convention, but it's not necessary. So it's all personal preference, really. So I am going to keep the door stuff. So like close 01, closing 01, open 01, opening 01. So all of these I will keep. And we're going to go ahead and push the yellow to the front. And we'll probably push one of these out as well. Just so it's not Z-fighting, so like obviously. It'll just look a little bit better. Should be number 2. Nope. 3, 4. It'll be down here. One of these. That's just the closed portion. Yeah, I'm fine with it. For now, it's good as is. If anything, I can touch it up later. Got open. Now open's the same situation though. So what I can do is I can take that last keyframe and just duplicate it. I don't like how thick this got. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I just didn't want the black to be Z fighting, pretty much. Because it would make it pretty jarring if the player saw it. It'd be like, what is that? Could you just make an edge piece door frame to hide them all in? Ooh, that's a great idea. Yeah. If anything, we have enough time to do so too. Good idea, Sparky. Glad you thought of it. So I want that to be the open keyframe. So we're going to paste that here. And paste that one here. But I think that's a good suggestion. So we're going to make a frame here. So I'll take... It looks like I don't have the door frame anymore. So we'll try making a new VXM. This is going to be frame 1. For now, we'll just get an idea of the size. This will be 94 height. We'll do 60 width. I don't know how wide it's going to be. And then 6 in length. I will go ahead and just paint a frame real quick. And we'll make sure we have the right size before we continue. We'll do set to center, set to floor. And on the controller, I'll make a new child node. This will be frame, or F1. Wow, I eyeballed it pretty well. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with the black, and we'll add that. And we'll go ahead and give it 61, and just add a frame there, and add a frame there. Looks like we'll want it a little bit thicker. Something like this. I think my pivot point's a little off. Save. So that one's a little bit thicker than the other. And save. Nice. So now I just need to close the keyframes for all these. Closing it is for the frame that we just added. But it's good practice just to double check all your keyframes, make sure they're closed. Got the glitch. So the glitch is what I want as the default. Now, if I were to be testing this, I would probably try to rename this one to where it's at the top of the list. Let's try that. I'm going to rename it binary glitch. That's going to put it at the top of the animations list, which by default in GameMaker, this is a bug, I don't think it's a feature, will kind of resort to if it's like not able to pull the correct animation. I've had this occur a few times with our spinner puzzle specifically, so that's why I make sure to state it. So by having this at the top of my animations alphabetically, it's kind of like a fallback, it's like a backup. Like, oh, the default animation wasn't red, let me just pull the first animation from the list. So it's essentially a backup. Okay. Well, Sparky, I think they've fixed it. I think they fixed it. So, I mean, we could have two versions of this door. In fact, I think I can make a new version relatively quick. Let's go ahead and save this. File, save, so I've saved it. And now I'm going to save as. We're going to do MN door version 1. So with version 1, I'm going to save. And yeah, I guess I'll make another backup because I want version 1 as version 1. We're going to make another one version 2. So it looks like it's renaming the file as soon as you rename it. Before you had to go into one of the assets and edit it. But not anymore. That's nice. Alright, I'm going to go for a new color overriding the yellow. So we're going to go to, I think, a cyan blue for the library. Cyan. And in fact, we're also going to test emissives. So because we're in a new file, I don't mind overwriting old stuff. And I even made a second backup just in case. So this might make it pop a little bit more. But the way I imagined it is like each door to a different puzzle is going to be different, like a different color. It'll have like some unique trait about it. And color is just like the easiest thing to make unique, you know? But by having this second asset, we can take a look at it in-game, and what I'll do is rename that glitch animation back to glitch. And we can see if it, is actually being buggy. It was just kind of like a fallback that I used and worked. It was like a backup mechanic, I guess. I think if you think they fixed it, why are you still doing it that way? It's a backup, V. All it took was me renaming the animation to make it a backup. But yes, I mean, you're not wrong. If they did fix it, why do I need to make a backup? I think for safety's sake, like I would rather spend 3 seconds renaming a file, or animation in this case, instead of, 5 minutes re-exporting it after editing it and box edit, So that's just me being extra cautious. V doesn't like my logic. Just in Game Maker, in real life, just doesn't make sense to her. Her logic is, more accurate most of the time. No, V, you didn't say it, but we all felt it. I'm just kidding. If anything, I hope I'm wrong. That's what I hope. I hope I am wrong. Because that was like my solution for the bug that Panda Pops has been pretty, vocal about, with the door template especially. Because the door template had the close animation up at the top. This one here, the close 01, because this one was at the top, it was literally doing the bug that I'm explaining. So I'm kind of like, I guess, rephrasing the bug how I experienced it. But yeah, Panda Pops experienced it via the template and through her own tests. How I experienced it was through my spinner puzzle. And making the animation for the rotating, spinner, where it was like the Price is Right, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But yeah, in general, it's the same exact bug. So that's why I did the labeling and I put, binary glitch alphabetically at the top. That was how I found a solution for it. Cool, I like my door. Well, Sparky, I think it is just the door template. But if you think about it, like, why wouldn't that apply to other things? Most other assets are able to use, like, idle, for example. But a door uses closed. Like, idle maybe wasn't overwriting it correctly because it's a door. So I think that has something more to do with, like, the door mechanic, which I too was using. I was also using animation decoration and encountered that bug. So I think it has something to do with just like the behaviors in Game Maker specifically. All right, so we're going to go ahead and send these to our workspace. But yeah, this is what I wanted to make, and we made it in the stream. We also made the little digits at the start of the game, started the stream. And so these are going to be my pickable assets. So these I'm going to swap out for like the egg and stuff we were working on this week. But yeah, very happy with how these turned out. We're going to be testing that animation while, working on the project itself. So setting default to the glitch. This is the glitch closed animation. So close is the same thing, but glitch, has that shimmy shake. Alright, so with it set as the default, I'm going to do export, upload to workspace. Thanks, Miss Halfd0rk. But it is 10 o'clock, so I'll be rolling the giveaway twice. I think. Maybe. Oh, you guys have been mean to me today. I'm just kidding. Kidding, joking. No revolting. Eminent door blue. Glitch. Glitch set as default animation. This will be sci-fi, retro, electric? Sure. Oh yeah, that one had a missive too. So I'll make a note of that. Well, thank you, V. I hope I was able to accurately explain myself. This will be MN door yellow. This is idle. This is binary glitch. Set as default animation. Alphabetically at the top. Non-emissive yellow. I am spelling everything incorrectly. Is that not how you spell emissive? Is emissive not a word? Oh, it's just the one N. My Google spell check is like not able to find emissive, funny enough. It is a word, right? I should be setting these to prop. I don't think it matters, but... Awesome. Alright. We've published all our assets. They're not literally published. I usually publish the asset when I'm happy with it. Pandapops has been testing a few things with our group project for the council, and she just publishes it as soon as she uploads it, which is kind of frustrating because she has like 4 versions of every asset. So Pandapops, if you're listening, I'm frustrated. Alright, rolling the giveaway. Sparky Snickle. Sparky winning it. That's 5 that I owe Sparky. GG! We'll roll it a second time. Second winner. Vox Magana. GG. Alright, I'm going to take all of these users, even the ones that didn't input. We're going to Wheel of Names. GG! GG! What up, Kay? Alright. Going to roll it. Give me a number between 1 and 20. Martin. 16. Perfect. And we're rolling. Okay, so the winner of our head, arms, or leg piece is gonna be Garnican. Let's go. Congratulations, Garnican. Alright, so Garnican. Head, shoulders, knees, or toes. Or legs or arms. So head or legs or arms. Boom, 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 boom. Garnican. Thank you so much. Legs, please. You got it. Thanks, everybody, for watching. That's going to be the end of the stream. We'll see if anybody is currently live. Kay, did you see the Vox edits? I got to show Kay now. So I made the doors. They're glitching. Ooh, the closing is missing. What? Uh-oh, what happened? Looks like I need to re-export that one. But the opening's still there. Glitchy, glitchy. Oh, no worries, Kate. I was doing box edit today. Maybe Thursdays will be a box edit day. And VVox says, in my own tests, I did make sure I used Halfd0rk, and it works properly, but didn't test enough. Yeah. I don't know, V. It's one of those things that we haven't been able to, like, pin down. Panda's done a lot of testing, so. K with the bits. Thanks, my guy. Alright, well, I'm going to re-export that after I put the right keyframes on it. Thanks for the bits, dude. I don't think anybody else is currently live. I'll just double check. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Blue Tulip's doing Stream Raiders. Mosquita is doing Sandbox. So we're going to go to Mosquita.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Yeah, we're heading right over there, Mosquita. We'll see you soon. Yep, have a great day, everybody.
Closing time.
Closing time.
On a scale of 1 to 10, you are an 11.
You're all 11s here.
You're all free now!
Have a great day, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Hodda, hodda, hodda.